made On Ridgeway Sports Podcast, episode 49. Hunter Keister back with
K-Mac. Let's go.
Here we go, back with another week in sports, coming at you midnight Eastern, Sunday morning, wrapping up a wild week in college football. We also have some NCAA Big Ten hockey, as we are going to cover from Thursday the 17th through the weekend from what we saw in the Big Ten college hockey slate. And we will also cover the weekend in the Big Ten men's basketball, what we saw happen in there as well. So it should be a pretty good podcast. Here we go, coming at you from Thursday the 17th. Michigan started their series with, it was 2 versus 3. Yeah, this matchup was, Michigan was, I want to say, they came in as 4 and 3 or something like that. So Michigan takes on number 3 Minnesota. Thursday, Friday series. Thursday, November 17th, kicks it off in Ann Arbor. A lot of guys had a mysterious illness hit the team this week, which is very unfortunate, circumstances having this matchup. And then just recently they had played the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, and that was a 2 really big series for them early in the year. And they played the number 3 team in the country in Minnesota on Thursday, and they're depleted because of the injuries they had, and they lose 5-2. They get whooped 5-2. The injury bug didn't really help them, so they go into the weekend looking to tie it up on Friday in this 2-game slate. On Friday, Ohio State took on Notre Dame. Notre Dame's still really highly ranked, and Ohio State takes them out 5-2. They beat Notre Dame.
Ooh.
Notre Dame's really highly ranked. Michigan State takes on Penn State. Michigan State's been very good at hockey for whatever reason this year. Last season they were near the bottom of the Big Ten, and this year they're actually playing pretty well. They take a 3-4 defeat to Penn State in Pennsylvania. And then Wisconsin plays Lindenwood and beats them 4-3 in Wisconsin. Michigan, Friday, the injuries, nobody really returns. The injury bug is still there throughout the weekend, and Michigan suffers another 6-3 defeat.
Ooh. And
that's back-to-back big losses as they lose to Minnesota. So that hurts, but you got to take it into account the injuries Michigan had, but sucks to see them lose like that for sure. Michigan loses their home-and-home series. Going into Saturday, Ohio State hockey took on Notre Dame once again. It was Notre Dame coming away with a 1-0 win. What a game in Columbus this time. Great game. Michigan State gets their revenge on Penn State in a 7-3 beatdown to get the win there. And Lindenwood loses to Wisconsin once again, 5-1. Notre Dame takes on Boston as we look at Wednesday's matchup, and Alaska Fairbanks takes on Penn State. That's a series that will go on Tuesday, Wednesday for Penn State, and then Notre Dame just had that one game against Boston. So that should be a decent series, or a decent game for them. And that'll wrap up our little Big Ten college hockey talk. Just something different to throw in there. Let me know what you guys think about it. If you guys don't like it, I won't do it. But something different, let me know. Give me some feedback on it. And we'll get into some college basketball so Kirk can actually chime in a little bit more. And unfortunately, this week saw the Michigan basketball team suffer a big defeat on Thursday.
Brutal.
Let's go through. Let's just go from Wednesday, Big Ten.
Oh, man.
Big Ten basketball. Wednesday, November 16th, Ohio State, 65-43 easy win. Michigan picked up a 91-60 win, and Iowa gets a big win over Seton Hall, 83-67. So that's big.
Mm-hmm.
Penn State barely beats Furman, 73-68. Nebraska loses to St. John's, 70-50. Yikes. And then we do have to talk about this matchup, and we'll dive deeper, obviously, into this one. The Michigan versus Arizona State final.
Man.
This was one of those
A live murder was seen on TV.
one of those final little classics that they do. It was the final to that. Arizona State versus Michigan. Arizona State had one loss coming in. Frankie Collins, the Michigan transfers over to Arizona State and leads his team to victory. Unfortunate. Let's talk about the Wolverines, though, in the 87-62 defeat. Talking about, Kurt, I want to hear your thoughts first. Let's hear them. Let's hear your thoughts on this Michigan team first.
We started off real slow. Right off the jump, and I was like, okay, the defense is hanging in there. They're missing. And then Arizona State just started hitting shots, and they were just hitting shots, and we weren't. We were completely abysmal from the three-point line, just couldn't shoot. The offense looked out of sync. I think it's just going to take some time for things to just mesh, to be honest with you. Dickinson didn't play too good. Nobody really played too good, honestly. I mean, it was just one of those nights where even when you're playing good defense, they were just making crazy shots. That's what it was.
For sure.
They were hitting stuff we weren't.
Yeah, they were making just crazy shots, and we couldn't even hit easy ones. That attests to Dickinson's 6 of 14 from the field. Only, 5 rebounds on the night?
Yep.
That's pretty bad.
5 rebounds.
14 points.
We get out-rebounded.
Yeah, that's terrible. Jed Howard puts in 12, but he shoots 3 of 10, including 2 of 7 from the three-point line.
Yeah, I mean, just look at it.
So he was a pretty, solid scorer through the first 3 games, and he just goes completely cold in this one.
They shot 60% from the field, 57.9% three-point, and they out-rebounded us.
Wow.
We just got dominated.
Kobe Buffkin was also a sure-handed guard, 1 of 9 from the field for only 5 points. He only puts in 3 assists.
We were having a really hard time fighting off of those screens. That was a lot of what they were doing.
Right.
They set a pick and then shoot a 3.
Yeah.
And nobody was just there
and nobody was, because they were
disrupt it.
They were worried about the pass. They wouldn't step up, and they were just hitting some deep shots, some good shots, and they were hitting a lot of just crazy shots. Credit to Arizona State for sure, but it was definitely more of what Michigan just didn't do. I mean, Jaden Lewin already playing himself out of the lineup to only playing 20 minutes, and he was supposed to be the starting guard.
Yep.
2 of 6 shooting, 5 points out of him, and also 0 of 3 from 3, 0 of 3 from Buffkin from 3 as well. Pretty bad. Turnovers, not much of an issue. Dickinson leading the way with 3, but he's the only one that has over 2. So turnovers really weren't an issue. Michigan just couldn't make a shot, quite frankly.
Couldn't make free throws either.
Yeah. Look at the free throw. 2 of 3 for Dickinson. 4 of 4 from Jed Howard, which was good. But
66% for free throw percentage as a team.
Yeah. And nobody, you really don't have too many people that miss. You have
16-24.
Yeah, Terrence Reed, 3 of 6. Lewin, the starting guard, supposed to be a guard, 1 of 3 from the line. Got to be better there for sure. Dickinson misses 1, that's fine.
There's easy points.
Jed Howard goes 4 of 4 from the line, so that's awesome.
Sometimes they can help jumpstart you.
Yeah. So not really too bad from the line. Let's see. Joey Baker plays 14 minutes. 0 of 2 from the field for 2 points.
When he was in there, we were already getting cracked, though.
Right. Doug McDaniel played well. Not well, but he played all right. 3 of 9 shooting, 7 points. He contributes 2 assists, Yeah, I mean, like Kurt said, nobody really played too well. Terrence Williams, 2 of 5 shooting.
The offense just looked out of sync to me.
Yeah. Offense, the connection issues are definitely there, and just the gelling of the team with the young guys and the transfers, it just wasn't there, and Arizona hands Michigan their first loss. And let's talk about what they did right, and we have to talk about Desmond Cambridge. He goes for 20 points on this Michigan defense, 27 minutes played, 6 of 12 from the field, 4 of 8 from the three-point line, 4 of 4 from the foul line, no assist. Nobody really turned the ball over for them either. I mean, they actually did have one guy with 4 turnovers. Oh, Frankie Collins, 4 turnovers. Yikes. That's rough. But looking back on Cambridge, he puts in 20 points, plays 27 minutes, 4 of 8 from the three-point line. You can't really complain about 6 of 12 from the field. You can't complain about 50%, right? DJ Horn backs him up with 26 minutes played, 19 points scored, 8 of 14 from the floor, 3 of 5 from 3, 4 rebounds. Not bad at all. Let's see. Oh, there's 2 Cambridges. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
The other one puts in 7 points. Just a nice 2 of 2 from the field. He just gets rebounds. Looks like 6 rebounds.
Yeah.
Warren Washington, 22 points, 22 minutes, 4 points, 8 rebounds, 2 of 3. Anybody else really go crazy? We got to talk about Frankie Collins. Played 18 minutes, 2 of 5 from the field. And,
3 boards, 5 assists.
Yeah.
4 points.
Puts in 4 points. Nothing too crazy. Doesn't really do much against his former team. But his team gets the win, so. Austin Nunez puts in 22 minutes, scoring 15. 6 of 10 from the field. 3 of 5 from 3.
It's pretty efficient.
13 points was scored by Muhammad Luther. 22 minutes played. 4 of 5 from the field. 5 of 5 from the foul lines. Pretty well. They shot really good from the field, or from the free throw line. 12 of 14. 11 of 19 from 3 for them. And big win for Arizona State. They pushed Michigan down a little bit. And hope that Juwan Howard can make them bounce back from a tough loss. So we had the loss covered by Arizona State. So we'll go into the Friday matchups. Virginia Tech narrowly beats Penn State 61-59. That must have been a crazy game. Temple beats Rutgers 72-66. Indiana takes out Xavier in a really close game, 81-79. That must have been crazy. Wow. Purdue Fort Wayne loses to Northwestern 60-52. Villanova gets edged out by Michigan State, which was a crazy game on like a boat or a airship, some kind of U.S. Armed Forces air contraction type thing. But that was crazy. They get the 2-point win, 73-71, and Illinois beats UCLA 79-70. Saturday, the Western basketball played 95 Maryland, 67 St. Louis. They get the win. Maryland comes back on Sunday. They play Miami or Providence. I think I think that's a winner type game.
Mm-hmm.
Illinois plays University of Virginia. Arkansas Pine Bluff plays Nebraska. Miami of Ohio takes on Indiana. Penn State takes on Colorado State. And Michigan takes on Ohio to close out the night at 7:30. We will leave let's take the basketball up to the week. So we'll come back next week and we'll know where we're at. So Monday, Iowa takes on Omaha. Ohio State takes on San Diego State and Minnesota takes on California Baptist. Ohio State plays Tuesday in Hawaii. Their opponent is to be decided. Rutgers plays Rider. And Northwestern plays Liberty. All these are all to be decided. Michigan has a game Wednesday, 8:30 against Jackson State. So that's interesting. But that'll get it. Nice miscellaneous basketball and hockey coverage to get the podcast kicked off. But let's talk about the meat on the bone, what everybody wants to discuss, and that is Week 12, one of the final weeks of the regular season in this college football season. And it lived up to the hype, for sure. Starting off, we will look at LSU is trouncing UAB. Nothing really to talk about there. 41-10.
Yeah, nothing there.
Washington is whooping Colorado. Colorado's 1-9 on the season, but they're getting whooped 54-7. And that's game over. Game is almost done. 7:21 left in the fourth. Oregon's taking it to Utah, 17-3 at the half. Right now, 12 ranked Oregon 8-2, 10 ranked Utah 8-2. Let's get into these matchups. Do you want to start from the night games, or do you want to start from the noon games?
Let's start from the noon games. Work our way back.
The noon games. So we want to start from Georgia, Kentucky.
Yep.
16-6. This matchup. Georgia narrowly escapes Kentucky. They dropped to 6-5. Georgia improved to 11-0, obviously downing the number one spot in the country. Let's talk about the losers here. Kentucky only mustered 6 points against that stout Georgia defense. Will Lewis, 20-31, 206, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. That's a good game to me. I mean, not enough points scored, but that's a good game to me.
You didn't kill yourself, you didn't kill your team.
You didn't kill your team, that's for sure. Chris Rogers not really able to do too much. 17 of Chris Rogers. Chris Rodriguez Jr. 17 carries, 51 yards, only averaging 3 yards a carry. That's pretty bad. 3 yards a carry.
Yeah, bad production.
15 yards was his long. Will Lewis almost got, half those yards on 5 carries, 5 of 26. And, they don't really do much running the ball. Receiving the ball, Barlin Brown had a crazy day. 10 for 145 and a touchdown.
That's
47.
A big day.
47
big day on that defense.
47-yard long on that defense is spectacular. Nobody else really does anything, obviously, for Kentucky, as they put up 6 points and lose. Let's talk about Stetson Bennett now. 13-19, 116, no touchdowns, 1 pick. The game manager, Stetson Bennett's going to be. He does what he has to. He keeps his team in position to win, and they get the win. Kenny McIntosh, 19 carries, 143 yards, and a touchdown, a 26-yard long. Dejon Edwards, 14 carries, 50 yards. Kendall Milton, 6 carries, 31 yards. A lot of guys getting carries in that backfield. For receiving, nobody really does anything.
Nope.
Dominic Blaylock, 2 for 38. Lad McConkley, 3 for 28. Kenny McIntosh, 2 for 19. Yeah.
Man, how's Brock Bowers only getting 2 catches?
Yeah, what happened there? Did he get hurt? Or, what happened? Did he get shut down? Who knows? But that's something to keep an eye on. If he's not getting the production or if he just got injured or what have you. But Georgia sneaks away with the close win and knocks Kentucky to 6-5, obviously. Georgia stays unbeaten and
goes unbeaten in the ACC again.
Yeah, they got one more game and they get the big win to try to keep on past the SEC title game. Ohio State, Maryland, 43-30. Ohio State, kind of plays around with their dinner a little bit here. It was closer than it really should have been, honestly. But, Ohio State puts up 7 compared to Maryland, 6 in the first quarter. 3 compared to Maryland, 7 in the second quarter.
Third quarter, they really took off.
Third quarter, they took off, though. Shut out Maryland with no points. Put up 17 of their own. Come back with 16 in the fourth compared to Maryland 17. And they pull away and win 43-30. Tagovailoa for Maryland with the nice day. 26 of 36, 293, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He does what he has to, man. He puts up 30 points. He just has no defense behind him. But he put his.
I thought he played dang well.
He put his team in a position to win.
I thought he played dang well today.
He put his team in a position to win for sure.
He had them down 30-36 with a chance to win the game. That's all he could ask for.
Right.
So,
looking at the running backs, he got no help today. Hemby, 11 for 39.
Won't work.
Litton, 7 for 12. Tagovailoa only was able to rush for 12 yards on 10 rushes himself.
Can't be one-dimensional.
So he had 3 touchdowns, no picks today with a rushing score. Their receivers for Maryland, Durmus Jr., 5 for 67. Garrett, 3 for 65.
Long of 49.
Felton, 2 for 46. Long of 36. Copeland.
They were getting worked.
4 for 45.
Those are some big plays.
Right. Hemby, 4 for 37. Dupree, 4 for 30. So, they were able to really spread the ball around on this Ohio State secondary and or defense. And really was able to keep this game close up until the end. C.J. Stroud, let's talk about his day in the victory. 18 for 30, 241, 1 touchdown, no picks. Good solid day.
No turnovers is huge.
No turnovers, really efficient.
Running game.
Dallin Hayden, 27 carries, 146, 3 touchdowns on the Maryland defense. Travion Henderson was only limited in this game as it was a lot of management for these guys getting ready for their showdown in Columbus next weekend. Henderson only mustered 11 for 19. Mbuka leads the way for the Ohio State receivers, 6 for 82. Marvin Harrison also had some spectacular catches as he's continued a great year, 5 for 68.
Absolutely.
Travion Henderson contributes a 31-yard receiving touchdown. Fleming puts in 2 for 30. Keister, 2 for 20. And Dalton Hayden, 2 for 10 in the receiving department for the win for Ohio State as they get ready to take on Michigan in Columbus. And, oh boy, I am ready for that game.
Absolutely.
Speaking of that game and that team, Illinois, Michigan. Kurt, you gotta take it away. You gotta talk about the Slugfest. Kurt, I want to hear your, because we gotta talk about the superstition we now have and why. It's perfect for the podcast. It's perfect podcast material. So, Kurt, I want you to talk about where you were at the first half, and then stop, because I'll talk about where I was at and what I was doing to watch the game. So, Kurt, how did you enjoy the game, the first half of this Michigan versus Illinois game?
The first half, I was extremely concerned with many questions. Blake Corum, the lightning struck and he got hurt, and I was instantly just like, what did I do? We have a tradition of watching the games in the garage outside, and today I was like, you know what, man, it is way too freaking cold outside. This should be a nice smooth win, it'll be close at half, but we'll just take on the second half.
We can party next weekend.
Yeah, I was like, I'll just chill here and watch it. So we're watching the first half and it's not going good. I'm nervous. I'm a nervous wreck. I'm like, I don't know. We're up 7-3. Let's see what happens. Third quarter, and it's not going good. They grab the lead heading to the fourth. I'm like, I gotta go.
Corum gets hurt.
Blake Corum got hurt in.
We end up punting, and I just remember texting Kurt, in that third quarter near the end.
At the end of the quarter, when they score, I was like, I gotta go now.
I'm just like, nope. Because I remember saying, I remember telling Kurt that I'll never watch another game inside my house again.
Yep.
And then I tell him I'm going to go outside. This is, yes, I'm looking at the message saved right now. 2:33. I said, nope, going now. Can't risk it. Kurt says, going where? At 2:35. 2:35, the garage. And we were, Kurt asked me why I wasn't in the garage. He said, I'm about to head over. I said, I thought we'd be fine. I was wrong. And then he comes over, and it's crazy. Kurt comes into the garage. He enters the garage. The Illinois quarterback, as we'll go back and talk about this game in full, but just about some of these highlights. Kurt enters the garage. Illinois mouse snap. They punt it after the mouse snap. And
great return.
We get a great return.
A great return.
And that just sets the mood.
Sparked everything.
Yep. But I'll talk about my first half. I'm in the garage a little bit. I start in the garage because I thought Kurt was still coming over. So I'm in the garage. I'm sitting there. Then we're texting back and forth. And the game's like, I'm like, okay. This is a slow start. Kind of Michigan football I'm expected to. Still not liking the play calling. Blake Coleman starts out okay. Gets to the first half. And I'm just like, I'm okay with it. I'm not happy. I'm not pissed off, but I'm okay. We get out of halftime, and I end up going in the house. I'm just like, I'm cold. You know what? We'll be fine. I'll watch it in a nice warm house. So I'm watching the third quarter, and nothing's going right for Michigan. Punts, and they're giving up touchdown drives or field goal drives or really long drives, and then they're coming out on offense and they can't do anything. And then Blake Corum gets injured near the end, and like I said, that 2:30 mark comes around, wherever that is game time. I go outside. I'm just like, I can't do this. I can't say that.
Gotta switch it
I
up.
watched this game in the house and we lost. So what do? I go outside. I go to the garage. Kurt follows suit, and then like I said, that fourth quarter, end of the third, fourth quarter comes around. We get the over the head snap that's barely recovered by Illinois. Michigan with a big punt return by Ronnie Bell after that, and then really the momentum, they're able to carry it.
We had decent drives and ended with field goals.
Back and forth, but wasn't able to put anything in the end zone, and that's still a major concern going into this Ohio State game. But Money Moody, as they call him, came through once again.
Absolutely.
And made some incredibly difficult, high-pressure field goals to keep Michigan 11-0.
Needed all of them.
We needed all of them. We needed every single one of them. And Michigan is 11-0, and they play Ohio State undefeated for the first time since 2006. What a day for these two teams. What we thought could be easily coached in to this matchup for these teams ended up being slugfest, grinded out kind of games. And I pray for health for both teams because I want to see both of these top teams in the country at full strength for this matchup.
I hope, man.
I'm hoping everybody's healthy. Let's go. Nothing but friendly banter. Let's go, guys. Let's have a good hate week. Let's have a good week. Go blue, and we'll keep it moving now. But crazy game, and wow.
Y'all better watch out. That game about to be crazy. It's about to be intense.
The defense, they come through. They get a couple big stops at the end.
I thought they played good today. They only allowed 17 points with a lackluster offense.
Yep.
They were getting worked. That run game for Illinois was working good.
Yeah, but they got a top running back in the country as well. And he had a very nice Le'Veon Bell-esque patience to his game, which was
that was funny. I was watching. I was like, Le'Veon
really gave Michigan some trouble at times, and led to some nice touchdown runs for him.
For sure. Let's talk about that TCU Baylor game.
Yep.
29-28.
TCU Baylor 29-28. 28.
Game-winning field goal.
TCU has to rush their team on the field.
After a 3rd and 7 run call.
A 3rd and 7 inside zone. Huh. Well, I heard that one before.
Sounds familiar.
They rushed their field goal team onto the field with less than 12 seconds left, and they get the kickoff with 4 seconds left and make the field goal as time is expired to win this football game 29-28 against Baylor. This would have been a huge sigh of relief for Michigan or Ohio State because it would have made their path to the college ball playoff a lot much brighter regardless of the game next week. Instead, TCU stays undefeated and gets a really big win.
Big win.
I mean, Baylor's unranked, but this is a huge win against a good Baylor team. It pushes Baylor to 6-5. TCU obviously up to 4 in the country at 11-0. Let's talk about the losers in this one first. Blake Shippen and Baylor's, what he was able to do for the Baylor offense.
Real quick, I just noticed something. You notice the top 4 teams are all undefeated right now? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
To go into the last week of the regular season and have the top 4 teams all be undefeated, that is just insane.
Well, someone's losing next weekend, so.
Right. It won't be like that for long, but
Well, that TCU Baylor game.
Yeah.
Wow.
Blake Shippen, 21 of 30, 269, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Gut-wrenching loss. Great game. They both played their hearts out. Just hate to have a loser, but somebody's got to lose, and it's Baylor in this one. So tough for Shippen to lose this one. Craig Williams, a running back, also a good game. 19 for 112, averaging 5.9 a carry for 20 yards. Rashard Reese also had a 10 for 56 and a touchdown. He gets 5.6 per carry. Dang, they used a lot of running backs. Quaylon Jones, 5 for 30 yards and a touchdown.
Jeez.
That's pretty crazy. They used a lot of running backs. Monterey Baldwin, Baylor's top receiver, has a day against this TCU secondary. 6 for 123, a long of 74 yards, 20.5 yards average per reception today. Josh Cameron, 3 for 68. His average was 22.7. Kelly Johnson, 3 for 30 and a touchdown. And that's all really worth mentioning for Baylor. We will shift over to the winners in this one. And Max Duggan continued what some are considering a Heisman campaign. I just don't know if he'll get there due to the Pac-12 level of competition. People will point to Michigan's strength of schedule, but if they're playing in the Big 12, they're playing just nobody's at this point. So we're playing the Big 10, who's at least worth something most of the time. Max Duggan, nonetheless, 24-35, 327, average 9.3 at completion, and 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Max Duggan led the way also in rushing, which is kind of alarming for them, to be honest. 8 for 50 and a touchdown. He averaged 6.3 a carry.
Long of 21.
Kendre Miller, 10 of 41. Average of 4 yards a rush. 1 touchdown. TCU receiving. Tay Barber, 5 for 108. Gave Savion Williams
had a long of 77.
4 for 54. Tay Barber did have a long of 77 yards. Gunnar Henderson, 3 for 52 and a touchdown, 26-yard long. Quentin Johnston, 4 for 48, 39-yard long. He kind of got shut down because I know he's usually their top receiver. So that's huge for them to still get the win despite. And what a big offensive day for a Big 12 conference that just doesn't ever have any defense.
Nope.
Let's keep it moving here. After the TCU Baylor game, we have a trouncing 63-38 loss for Tennessee that eliminates them almost effectively from SEC title contention as well as playoff contention. Huge loss. The Tennessee defense finally gets exposed, and it comes to
Their defense got worked.
Unranked South Carolina, but Spencer Rattler, he's just trying to go to the pros at this point, and he's just
6 touchdowns.
He just makes a mockery
7
of
incompletions.
Tennessee defense. 63 points scored. They win 63-38. Spencer Rattler, 30 for 37, 438, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. It's like Imani Bates going to Eastern Michigan.
Absolutely.
Spencer Rattler's the star. He just wants to go to the draft, and this is the way to do it. Putting on a show against the 5th-ranked team and leading your team to a crazy win. As you are unranked, sitting at 7-4 now. You'll definitely be ranked now, but big win. Let's look at Jaheim Bell for South Carolina. 17 rushes, 82 yards. He's pretty much bottled up, only averaging 4.8 a carry. 3 for 39. Brown, he had a 34-yard run though, so he didn't really do much. Yeah, not much on the ground for South Carolina, to say the least. Antoine Wells Jr., 11 for 177. Josh Van had 2 receptions for 78 yards and 2 touchdowns, including a 60-yard touchdown. Wow.
That'll do it.
Jalen Brooks had 56 yards on 2 receptions and a touchdown, and Jaheim Bell also put in 2 touchdowns on 5 of 39. Great day for the Gamecocks offense. Put up 63. They get the huge win. Let's look at Tennessee and where they went wrong. 38 points put up. Hendon Hooker, 25 of 42, 247, 3 touchdowns, no picks. I mean, no defense to come behind it, but he didn't really have his... I mean, he had a good day, but not a good enough day to keep up with Spencer Rattler, that's for sure.
Ooh. Hendon Hooker left the game in the 4th quarter with leg injury.
Ooh, Andy got injured. That's crazy. Hendon Hooker, wow, a Blake Corum kind of play happened in that game too. Hendon Hooker injured as South Carolina recovers fumble.
Oh, man.
Let's see that. Yep, he got injured. They fumbled and got a fumble 6 off that.
That's terrible.
That is terrible. And he was grimacing at his knee. Huge loss for Tennessee to end the season. Hopefully, prayers up for Hendon Hooker. Obviously, Michigan had the injury to Blake Corum, and Hendon Hooker obviously took a nasty injury. Hopefully, he's alright. Moving on, Jabari Small, 11 rushes for 80 yards and a touchdown. He averaged 7.3 yards to carry and a 31-yard long. Dalen Wright, 6 for 28. Hendon Hooker put in 5 for 25 on the ground. Squirrel Wright is his name. That's one of the receiver's names for Tennessee.
Yeah.
Squirrel Wright. Wow. He goes for 5 for 96. Cedric Tillman, 9 for 81. That's crazy. Jalen Hyatt's supposed to be their main guy. 6 for 65. And he's their 3rd receiver this game. That's a crazy offense. So, I mean, it really isn't on their... It's definitely on their defense for sure.
No, absolutely.
Princeton Fant, he got 257 and touchdown. Wow, yeah, they spread the ball around nicely. Just no defense to come behind it, and they get the loss. 63-38, like I said, knocking them out of contention for pretty much everything. South Carolina 7-4, Tennessee 9-2, going into the last week of the season. LSU, UAB went final 41-10. USC got the win against UCLA 48-45, which was a close game. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Alabama was a
34-0.
Yeah.
Against Austin
that was
P.
that was a noon game, wasn't it? Yeah, that was an early game.
Which game?
Never mind, Alabama. That's what I'm talking about. 34-0, Alabama over Austin P. Let's see. Let's get the breakdown for this game. Obviously, it's Austin P, so we'll just run through it quickly. Austin P Their quarterback, 20-32, 147, no touchdowns, 2 picks. Running the ball, 14 for 51 for C.J. Evans Jr., 3.6 per carry, long of 8 yards. Just got stifled by that crazy Alabama defense. Dre McCray, 12 for 92. Wow, he actually did pretty decent against the Alabama secondary, but he was the only one that really did much. And that's really it for Austin Peay. On offense, let's talk about Bryce Young. 18-24, 221, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, average 9.2 a completion. Great day. Chase McClellan, 17 for 156 and 2 scores. Rondell Williams, 10 for 51 in relief. Jermaine Burton, 7 for 128 and 2 scores, as he's just the next Alabama receiver to turn out of there. Jesus. Crazy. Traylon Holden, 3 for 38. And Bryce Young just did a really nice job of spreading this ball around with a lot of different guys getting receptions in this game as they pick up just an easy 34-0 victory. Clemson, Miami, 40-10. The U and the downfall of Josh Gaddis. The U now fall below 500, 5-6 on the season. Josh Gaddis in the speed and space offense. Josh Gaddis leads Michigan. I'm just going to continuously take shots at Josh Gaddis while we do this review because he left Michigan, and everyone's like, oh, this is for green pastures. You know, Miami was highly ranked to start the season, and look at him now. Michigan not unranked, but, you know, low ranked to now, look where they're at now, and Miami is unranked. Josh Gaddis.
Man, they got cracked.
Let's talk about that Josh Gaddis offense.
Just their total yards, 98 total yards from Miami as a team versus 447 from Clemson.
Yeah, that
mollywopped.
That is insane. The quarterback here, Ja'Cory Brown, 6 for 13, 53 yards, no touchdown, 1 pick. Jake Garcia, 3 of 5, 15 yards and a touchdown. Ja'Cory Brown on the ground, he led the team for only 22 yards rushing on 10 rushes. Paris, the star running back they're supposed to have, 4 rushes for 12 yards in this game. Miami receiving core, obviously nothing much better. Will Mallory, 4 for 42. Kobe Young, 4 for 25. Khalil Brantley gets the 1 touchdown. Just a pitiful game for Miami and a terrible 40-10 loss. DJ Uyunglele, 22 of 34, 227, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. He leads the team rushing for 89 yards on 17 carries and a touchdown. Will Shipley also rushes for 17 carries, pitching in 61 yards and a touchdown. Jake Bringstool, 3 for 57. Davis Allen, 4 for 35 and a touchdown. Day. Yeah, a lot of
yards as a team.
A lot of guys getting carries. 4 guys with over 20 yards. Antonio Williams, 3 for 33. Look at all these guys getting receptions for Clemson as well.
Holy smokes.
24 receptions as a team. Great, easy, nice win for Clemson. Rutgers, Penn State. Penn State with the trouncing 55-10 win. Another just one we will easily glance over and talk about here. Gavin Wilmsat for Rutgers. Only 10 completed passes. 10 for 29, 122, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Evan Simon, 5 for 5, 13 yards. Rashad Rosell, 8 for 25. He only averaged 3.1 a carry for 7 yards. Al Shahid Shalheem, 10 for 20. Nothing going on for Rutgers in this game. 2 for 76 is the long for Rutgers. Sean Ryan, 55 yards. John Langen, 4 for 18. Yeah, nothing. A lot of guys getting receptions, but just nothing going on in Penn State all day. Let's look at Sean Clifford's numbers as he wind out his last year for Penn State. 17 for 26, 157, 1 touchdown. Nothing too special, but game manager and gets it done. Katron Allen, 11 for 117, averaged 10.6 a carry. Wow, that's crazy. 1 touchdown, including a 59-yard long. Nicholas Singleton, 9 for 62. Clifford had 35 yards on the ground and a touchdown on 7 rushes. And Drew Allar also got 6 for 27 and a touchdown in the win for Penn State. Georgia Tech upsets North Carolina. What do you think about that one, Kurt?
Georgia Tech comes back, erases a 17-point deficit. So they were down 17-0 in the second quarter.
Yeah, 17-7 going in the locker room before they
come back in the second half and pulling it out.
They shut out North Carolina in the second half. Drake May, cross him off the Heisman contender.
Why that was ever even a thing.
One last for Blake Corum to worry about. I mean, you just can't have this type of game against a 5-6 Georgia Tech team when you're 9-1 at the time.
Yep.
And
one lost team.
And undefeated in conference play, and you come out and lay a stinker. I mean, you only put up 17 points, 16 for 30, 200 yards. I mean, that's not a real bad day, but against Georgia Tech, yeah, that's a bad day. No touchdowns, 1 interception. Elijah Green, he gets 92 yards on 10 carries. They should have ran the ball more, it looks like.
Honestly, they
9.2 a carry for 2 touchdowns. Never mind, he had an 80-yard rush, so he did nothing.
Oh, just one big run.
One big run. That's crazy how it can make it look. 9.2 a carry.
But I mean, he still had 80 yards on one play and only got the ball 10 times.
Yeah, he should have.
If you give maybe one more try, he might bust it out again.
The point still remains that they should have ran the ball more for sure. 5 for 39, 5 for 35 for his backup, and 4 for 23 for DJ Jones. Bryson Nesbitt, 4 for 85. Gavin Blackwell, 2 for 54. Josh Downs, 3 for 31. A lot of guys getting receptions. Drake May spreading the ball around in the defeat. But we got to look at this Georgia Tech offense. I wonder if they still run that crazy, weird wishbone. I think they do, right?
Probably.
Not sure. But looks like Zach Gibson, 13 for 18. 174, no touchdown, no pick. Hassan Hall, 14 for 47 and a touchdown. I'm not even going to try to butcher that name.
T-Foam. T-Foam.
Yeah. Tysoon, 10 for 44 and a touchdown. 1 for 40 for Maki Carter. Yeah, that's definitely the Georgia Tech offense.
My gosh.
It's definitely the rushing offense as of old.
Look how many carries they have as a team. 49.
Yep. And they lose.
They had 3 different players with 10 carries.
They lose to that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Get the heck out of here. Receiving, those 4 receivers for Georgia Tech.
Basically just blockers.
4 for 68. Malik Rutherford, Hassan Hall, 4 for 57. And that'll do it for that stink fest. I can't believe Georgia Tech beat them. That's insane. Ole Miss losing 14. Ole Miss losing to Arkansas as they sit at 6-5, but they are no slouch, defeating Ole Miss and knocking them to 8-3. 42-27. Wow, Arkansas comes out swinging in this game. What's that? 35.
Arkansas cracked them.
35, 6 at half.
At half, it actually got worse, because then it was 42-0 in the third quarter.
Right.
So Ole Miss scored all their points in the fourth quarter and basically garbage time.
And Ole Miss tried to come back with a huge fourth quarter, but can't do it. And garbage time points. I mean, Jackson Dart had an average day, especially in the SEC. 21 for 36, 240, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Quinshon Judkins has a great, outstanding. Oh my God! 2 running backs, 200 yards. Wow, Ole Miss. Quinshon Judkins, 17.
Oh man.
For 217.
Oh my gosh.
Judkins has 24 for 214 and a score, averaging 8.9 long of, what's that, 60-yard long?
Yep.
Zach Evans.
60 yard.
Zach Evans that comes behind that with a 17 rushes for 207 and a score with
That's
a long
crazy.
with a long of 48 yards. Crazy.
They ran for almost 5 football fields.
500, almost 500 yards on 53 carries. 463.
That's insane, man.
Jackson Dart puts
That's
up
insane.
44 yards by himself. Malik Heath, when they didn't need to throw the ball, he did the brunt of it. 9 for 140 and a touchdown.
Yeah.
Jonathan Mingo, 4 for 45. Jordan Watkins, 4 for 28. And let's look at. I mean, that's crazy for getting. How do you do all that and you put up no points the whole day? What happened? It's crazy. They had like a lot of fumbles or something. They lost 2 fumbles. That's huge. They lost 2 fumbles and they had a pick, so 3 turnovers.
Ooh.
Wow. KJ Jefferson for the Razorbacks, 17 of 22, 168, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Great day. He also puts in, 47 yards on the ground. Raheem Sanders, 24 carries, 232 on the ground, 3 touchdowns, including a 68-yard run. Nice. Rashad Dabinian, 6 for 40. Matt Landers, 3 for 38 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's crazy.
What is going on here? That's crazy.
Must have been like some red zone stuff. Jaden Hazelwood, 3 for 36. Trey Knox, 3 for 34. Katron Jackson, 2 for 32, 1 touchdown. Ball was spread around nicely for Arkansas. And
I gotta say something. I just noticed Ole Miss ran for almost 500 yards, but they only scored 27.
Right.
What happened?
I want to look deeper into their drives.
How does that even happen? How do you not win a game rushing for 500 yards?
All right, so Ole Miss starts out their drive with a punt. They come on that with a 8-yard drive, but they still punt from. They get backed up. They won Arkansas's 33-yard line, and then they get backed up to the 43-yard line. So they punt there. They kick a field goal. Then they go 9 plays. They miss a field goal. After that, they come back down the field. They make a field goal. They come back down the field. They throw a pick. And then the end of the half. That's the first half. Second half rolls around. Ole Miss fumble. Turnover on downs. Touchdown. 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 End the game. And then in the second half, that's crazy for Arkansas. Arkansas goes, this is their start to the day. Touchdown, touchdown, punt, touchdown, touchdown, end of the first half. Start of the second half, touchdown.
2 plays.
Touchdown in 2 plays. Missed field goal, punt, 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 punt.
What a wild day.
And they almost squander it to Ole Miss, but they hold on for the 42.
That's a weird game.
Win.
That's a weird game if I've ever seen one.
That is a very weird win for Arkansas. That's an SEC win right there. Just weirdos. Bunch of weirdos. SEC weirdos.
Weird stuff.
Weird stuff. Kansas State gets a big win over West Virginia.
West Virginia.
West Virginia, I had high hopes, and they fall to 4-7. Let's look at them. Well, I don't know. Did Slovis get hurt for the year or something? I wonder what happened to Slovis, or if he just got benched, but he's not playing. They had Garrett Green go for the West Virginia Mountaineers. He completes 15 passes, 15 for 27, 200 yards, 204, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Jalen Anderson, 7 for 69, averaging 9.9 a carry. Justin Johnson Jr., 11 for 63, averaging 5.7. Garrett Green on the ground had 12 for 17 and a touchdown. Sam James, 3 for 102 and 3 touchdowns. 3 for 102 and 3 touchdowns, including a 71-yard touchdown, averaging 34 yards of completion. Wow. Way to make work of the opportunities you had.
Absolutely.
Cortez Branham, 4 for 54. And those two just carried the offense for West Virginia in the loss. No Michael, what is it? Yeah, Michael Penix Jr., right?
Yeah.
That's who it is. No Michael Penix Jr. Instead, it's Will Howard for Kansas State. He has a great day. 19 for 27, 294, averaging 10.9 a completion, 2 touchdowns, just the 1 interception in the win. DJ Giddens, 12 for 78 and a touchdown, averaging 6.5. Deuce Vaughn, the nice 1-2 punch. He adds in 22 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown. And Will Howard also added in 4 for 6 yards and a touchdown, as he must have got in on the goal line or something like that. Malik Niles, 6 for 111 in the score, averaging 18.5 reception for a 43-yard long. Ben Sinut, 3 for 85 and a touchdown, 39-yard long. And those are the main contributors for Kansas State as they get the huge win.
Washington cracked Colorado.
Yeah. Washington. It was. I was thinking of Adrian Martinez for Kansas State.
Yeah.
Michael Penix is on Washington. That's what I was
Gotcha.
Okay. Well, that's funny how they're right next to each other. Michael Penix Jr. leads the way, 54-7. Quickly talking about Colorado, they put up 7 points, 1 touchdown pass. Their quarterback only completes 6 passes, 6 for 18. Still puts up 120 yards. That's impressive. For only 6
Must have had a
completions.
big play or something.
Yeah. Definitely must have had a big play. 6 for 18, 121 touchdown, 1 pick. Fontenot, running back, 11 for 71, 5 for 16, 6 for 13. Bunch of running backs played. Nobody really did too much for Colorado. Michael Penix, another solid day. 19 for 31, 229, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. I don't know if he got hurt or if his backup just came in. I'm guessing the backup just came in. 4 for 7, 66 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Wayne Talupapa, 11 for 107 and 2 touchdowns, averaging almost 10 yards a carry. That's a great day. Cameron Davis, 12 for 59 and 2 scores. Talupapa had 2 scores. That's a great day. Holy, a lot of running backs had carries on this Washington team. Receiving, Jalen McMillan, 6 for 98 and a score. And Dalen Polk had 3 for 39.
Holy crap.
You see how we got that match at stats,
Yeah.
guys? Crazy. Insane for Washington. Talk about distributing the ball. Notre Dame shreds Boston College 44-0. Just an easy win for Notre Dame, 44-0. Emmett Moorhead for Boston College only completed nine completed passes in what was a crazy downpour snow game. 9 for 22, 117 yards, no touchdowns, 3 picks. Running the ball, no success out of 3 running backs. Cam Barfield had the best, 12 for 23, 1.9 a carry. Pat Derwell, 8 for 24, 3 yards a carry. And Alex Broom, 7 for 25, 3.6 a carry. Passing, Zay Flowers, 3 for 46, 1 for 32 for Tab Johnson. and Alex Broom had 2 for 25. Nothing going for Boston College. No points scored. They
5 turnovers.
They give up 44. They give up 5 turnovers. Let's talk on Notre Dame and get out of this game. Drew Pine, 13 for 25, 156, 1 touchdown. Good day in the snow. Logan Diggs, 15 rushes, 122 and a touchdown, averaging 8 yards a carry. Audric Eastheim, 11 for 71 and 2 scores. He averaged a 6.5. Chris Tyree, 6 for 50 and a touchdown. He averages 8.3 a carry. So a lot of guys getting carried once again for the Fighting Irish. Those guys putting in the most work. Michael Mayer, the tight end, 5 for 64. He leads the way for the Notre Dame receivers. 1 for 28, Logan Diggs. 1 for 23, Delon Cozy. And that's just the open and shut game for Notre Dame. Let's move on. Florida State beats Louisiana 49-17. Another open and shut game. Chandler Fields for Louisiana, 19 for 36, 159, only 4.4 yards of completion, 1 touchdown. Draylon Washington, 10 for 57. Terrence Williams, 10 for 40. Receiving, Michael Jefferson, 6 for 60 and a touchdown. He's the only one that really does anything meaningful. John Stevens, 3 for 35. Flipping over to Florida State now. Jordan Travis, 9 for 14. 112, 1 touchdown. 4 different quarterbacks playing this game. They combined 13 and 21, 189, 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's a good day. That's a pretty good day. Trey Benson, 16 for 80 and a touchdown. Lawrence Tofifi, 4 for 46. He averaged 11 a carry. Look at all these running backs that got carries for Florida State. Insane.
Oh my goodness.
They put on 250 on the ground. Florida State has just a whole bunch of 1 reception guys. So he just really spread the ball around today. Insane. Just lots of different guys.
12 different players.
Right. Crazy. Big win for Florida State. 17-14. Navy beats UCF. UCF 8-3. Navy 4-7. Central Florida goes down. Could even be unranked now. Losing to another one of those weird wishbone-esque offenses.
Yeah, their quarterback attempted 1 pass, and they ran the ball 63 times.
Oh my God. How do you lose to that? 2 quarterbacks play for UCF in the loss. Mike Keene, 8 of 15, 123 and a touchdown. John Rice Plumlee, 11 for 18, 107, no touchdowns, 1 pick. Good combined day, 19 for 33, 231 touchdown, 1 pick. Just not enough to get it done against Navy, who looks like they were able to run the ball and just control the clock. Looking at UCF's running attack, Isaiah Bowser, 10 for 64. R.J. Harvey, 7 for 44. Nothing.
That's not good at all for 24 carries.
Yeah. Javon Baker, 6 for 101. Touchdown. Ryan O'Keefe, 6 for 78. Those guys are the really ones that did production there. As Kurt said, no completions. 0 for 1 for Navy's quarterback.
They just straight out ran the ball the whole game.
Running attack was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys running the ball for 63 carries, 248, 2 touchdowns, and they get the close win. And that's the perfect recipe for a Navy win. Control the clock, run the ball, get the win. Close win for Navy, 17-14. Oklahoma takes out Oklahoma State, 28-13. 7-4, 22 ranked Oklahoma State loses. 6-5 Oklahoma Big win now, as they should end the season ranked.
Wow. Oklahoma scored all their points in the first quarter, and that was it.
Wow, that's insane. Yeah, that's insane to think about. Spencer Saunders throws the ball 67 times. 36 of 67, 381, 1 touchdown, 4 picks.
Oh, that's awful.
Average 5.7 completion. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys run the ball to no avail. Their best rusher, 17 for 42. Spencer Sanders, the quarterback, was the best rusher.
That's terrible.
Jaden Nixon, the running back, 7 for 37. Crazy.
35 attempts, but only 100 yards.
Nothing going. Nothing going offensively today for the Cowboys. What a way for the Oklahoma State, or for the Oklahoma defense to step up. Oklahoma State receivers did have a really good day though. Brendan Presley, 9 for 118, long of 55. Braden Johnson, 7 for 109, long of 47.
Big plays.
Yeah.
55 and a 47 from both of them.
Definitely 2 big plays. But Oklahoma holds on, gets the win. Let's look at them. Dylan Gabriel, 20 for 40, 259, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Eric Gray, 20 for 90, 4.5 a carry, 1 touchdown, 35 yard long. Barnes is back up, 6 for 59, 22 yards. Drake Stoops, 6 for 89 and a touchdown. Marvin Mims, 5 for 68. He's kind of gone quiet for Oklahoma. I thought he'd be more of a force this season. They pick up the win and look to end the regular season and become ranked as a up and down season comes to an end for Oklahoma.
The Beavers.
Oregon State takes out Arizona State 31-7. Gobrenton for Oregon State, 15-21, 188, 1 touchdown. This game looked like it was kind of awful to watch. Martinez, the best running back, 22 for 138, 2 touchdowns. So Oregon State's offense was pretty electric. Zach Velling, 3 for 74 and a touchdown. Silas Bolden, 5 for 54. 4 for 42 for Tyjon Lindley. Quickly going over Arizona State's non-existent offense. 20 for 32 for 122. That's crazy to have all that and still only come away with 7 points.
That is awful.
Okay, Arizona State. Yeah, looking at them, just not a good day. 7 points scored. Rushing. Valladay, 13 for 109. Touchdown. Quarterback, 20 for 32. 122. Jalen Converse, 6 for 49. Cam Johnson, 3 for 26. Nothing going. And just a trouncing win for Oregon State. Moving on down the list. Louisville, 25. NC State, 10. NC State started off hot. At the beginning of the year, they rose up the rankings pretty far, didn't they? I do believe so.
Yeah.
And then now they've kind of come back down to earth and only muster up 10 points and lose to Louisville. Let's look at them first. Jack Chambers. Oh, that's the backup. Never mind. Ben Finley. 16 for 35. 200 yards. 1 touchdown. 1 pick. Their best running back. 8 for 41. 5.1 a carry. They had a lot of guys get carries. 9 for 31. And then just a whole bunch of other guys. They rushed 31 times for 77 yards. Pretty bad. Pretty bad.
That's pretty awful.
Receiving the ball, Gerald Jones, 4 for 60. 2 for 41 for Michael Allen and a touchdown. Killian Grave, 2 for 40. Yeah, there's nothing going for NC State. 10 points put up. Brock Diamond, 25 points put up. 12 completions for 25. 153. No touchdowns scored. That's insane. How do they put up points? That's a whole bunch of field goals?
Yeah.
Wow. Running the ball, Jahar Jordan, 16 for 105 and a touchdown. 15 for 59 from Maurice Turner. Tyler Hudson, 6 for 85. Marshawn Ford, 3 for 63. And that rips up a quick Louisville win over NC State, as that game just looked to be, I would hate to been in that game.
Yee.
Terrible. Terrible game. Wrapping it up, Cincinnati wins 23-3 over Temple. Temple does nothing. E.J. Warner, 21-36, 167. No touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Their best running back, 7 for 30.
Yikes.
Darvon Hubbard. And Edward Sadie, 9 for 19. Terrible day for Temple. Jordan Smith, 5 for 40. Jose Barbon,
4 turnovers by Temple.
5 for 31. 4 turnovers for Temple. And just a very bad day offensively, as they muster 3 points. Ben Bryant, 9 for 18, 130 and a touchdown. He must have gotten injured. Evan Prater, 12 for 17, 127. Ryan Montgomery, 14 for 58 and a touchdown, as he does most of the bulk work for Cincinnati. Big win. And to close out this week, Tulane gets a big 59-24 win.
Yeah, that was like a Thursday night game.
Yeah. Quarterback Pratt, 9 completed passes, 141 and 3 scores. Well, he was efficient at least. Spears had 13 carries for 121 and 2 scores. The quarterback had 10 for 70 on the ground and 3 scores. 5 rushing touchdowns on the ground. Wow, and 3 through the air. 104 for Wyatt. And that'll do it. Yeah, long podcast. Finally back in the swing of getting full episodes out. As this will be an hour 17 without cuts. A great podcast. And we hope you guys are ready. That'll do it for another week in college football. And we are getting you ready for the game. Big things coming, possibly special guests for next week. Who knows what we'll do for the game. We got some stuff.
Yeah, the next time we talk college, gonna be previewing the big Saturday.
Yep.
All comes down to this.
It all comes down to this for Michigan and Ohio State. We hope you guys enjoyed this one. Give us feedback. Give us some feedback. Let us know what you guys are thinking about our formats for this podcast. What you want to see, what you don't want to see.
Who's ready for the game?
Who's ready for this game? Let us know. Ohio State fans, I got mutual respect throughout the year, but for this week, it's on my Donkey Kong, baby. Let's go. It's time. I'm ready for this game. I hope you guys are too.
Been waiting.
I'm hoping for a healthy game for both teams and a great, just an incredible matchup. Let's put on a show for these guys. Let's show them what the Big Ten has to offer. And all I got to say to close out this podcast is go blue.
You know it.
Let's
go blue.
Peace.
Peace.